Welcome to Crappins. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappins On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappins, a podcast for all that crap we'd love to talk about on Ye Olde Bravs. I'm RHONY. That's Ben over there. Hello, Ben.
Hi, RHONY. How's it going?
Good. It's really good for me because it's a weird day. I love weird days. I love when things are not normal. This is not a Monday. This is actually a Sunday. We were lucky enough to get a screener today, and Ben has a hurricane on its way to Los Angeles called Hurricane Hillary. So we are recording on a Sunday, which is crazy.
Yes. As you can see behind me, because this is on video, you can see that I am in the throes of a vicious hurricane. It's so intense that all the leaves behind me are very still. But actually, to be fair, the hurricane is in Baja, California at the moment. It is basically on spring break down in Cabo San Lucas. It just made landfall, but it is going to be arriving here by this like late afternoon or evening. And so I fully anticipate losing power because when there was a blizzard here in Los Angeles on the same night as the Crappies, I lost power for 48 hours. So I'm like, if there's a hurricane, there's no way that LA is going to be able to stand up to that. And it's funny because today, a whole bunch of Watch What Crappins listeners were going to descend on my crab house, which is a crab restaurant that I had recently mentioned. Like, oh God, I went to this restaurant. I really like it. I feel like it's going to go out of business. If you're in LA, you should go to it. So a whole bunch of Crappins listeners were going to go, and I was going to join. And we were going to have a meal at my crab house, formerly known as Oh My Crab. And so, of course, on a Crappins like event, unofficial event, of course, there's a hurricane. So
that sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, you guys were about to save the town of Benton.
We were about to save the crab house. Okay, the Crabbies.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Oh My Crab for the name change because that's definitely a huge improvement. Did we already know that it was changed?
I think we did. We did know that. I mean, my crab house is fine. I like Oh My Crab personally. I mean, it's not a great pun, but it's
crab.
Oh My Crab.
Yeah.
So that's just postponed. Just postponed a week, but still, it's just like, of course, if we put something on the Crappins calendar, a hurricane comes barreling through. That's just like what we do.
That's how we roll, you know? And whatever town we come to when we're touring, we bring the blizzards, the hurricanes, the blockbusters, whatever the fuck they're called. The
bomb cyclones.
Bomb cyclones. That's what they are. LA really is just full of drama queens. I mean, you guys, listen, you're already... I think because everybody's on strike, there's so much drama that's being pent up right now in such a dramatic town that even the weather is going to have a fit. And then, of course, you guys are just ignoring the news that it has turned is going to be a tropical storm by the time it gets there. Like, it has changed. It has already been like, I'm now going to just be a tropical storm. My name is Hillary, and I can be whatever the fuck I want to be. No one's going to define what I am. So it's coming to LA. It's all excited. It's going to come out as like a tropical storm. And you guys are just not having it. You're not letting Hillary just live her life or their life. And you're like, fuck this. We're still calling it a blizzard. We're going to stick with this. Everywhere on Twitter, no one is like, oh, it's just a tropical storm. Let's go to Oh My Crab, everybody. You guys are still like, it's a hurricane. You're like hiding in bathtubs and shit. I'm watching you from over here in Texas. Like,
that's true, because the New York Times 7 minutes ago had started referring to her as Tropical Storm Hillary. And it is kind of funny when you think about like the way like a hurricane is such a scary and ominous thing, and then it's so funny that like once the hurricane gets down to a certain level that we just like turn the hurricane to something that sounds like it's like a Club Med, like it's Tropical Storm Hillary. Tropical Storm.
Yeah, it's like a drink with a fucking umbrella in it. It sounds fun. It's tropical.
Well, she's coming.
She's a coming.
She's a coming, and so I have so we can monitor her progress through my windows right now. And sorry for the reflection of this lamp, but we need this to have good lighting. So sorry, everyone. You can see.
Hey, there's no apologies here. Everybody, we're sorry, both of us, for taking up all this time not talking about Real Housewives of New York, which we're going to get to right now. Welcome to Crappins. Today we're talking Real Housewives of New York. Like I just said, I'm loopy because it's Sunday, and I just randomly took a nap at noon, so that was fun. And we're on video, so Crappins on demand. What are you doing?
I was making shadow puppets. I was making shadow puppets.
Oh,
see, look, I can make shadow puppets on the reflection of my lamp
The amount of creativity that you're putting into that shadow puppet might as well have come up with the name "Oh My Crab." Okay.
Oh my,
It's like,
yeah, that shadow puppet. I'm bringing the
literally
shadow
just doing a
puppet.
pinch. You're just
I
doing
like.
a
I was only
head
one
to grow.
hand, and I couldn't do a proper bird.
I mean, give me
It
a
takes
rabbit.
two hands.
You know, like make an effort. Give me something.
There we go.
Okay, that's good. What is that? A bird?
It's like a little deer, I think. A little deer creature.
Oh, I love deer. So this is on video, so you can watch that at Crappens on demand level at patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens. Also Barapana. And this week's bonus was really fun. It was a shot-by-shot trailer trash breakdown of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So let's get into this, Ben. Real Housewives of New York, episode 1406.
Wait, I also want to promote the fact that we have, by the time this is actually airing, Crappy Hour is back as tonight.
That's true.
5:30.
It's on Instagram Live. That's at 5:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Pacific Time. If Ben's not dead, we'll be there. If
I'll
Ben is
be
dead,
there.
I'll still go there. What do I care? I'll
Yeah.
go there with Bueller.
Memorialize me, okay?
Yeah, so that's on Instagram Live. We hope to see you guys there. It's our live talk back show. You get to talk back. Hey, talk back. You pay your taxes. Talk back. Okay, so here we are with Real Housewives of New York City. Another party. Can we just start this by just putting it on the table? Another party where this chick, Erin, doesn't feed her guests. Is she kidding at this point? Now listen, I'll be friends with a thin person. Don't try to bring me into your religion. I'll go to a Christian's house, but don't shove my head in the water and call it a baptism. You know what I mean? That's just rude. And if you're going to be on some eating plan or some OMAD, 1 meal a day, or some calorie counting or some shit, good for you. I support you. Don't force me onto your shit. How dare you get me to a fucking party and put on a dress to eat a weenie? Who does that?
Yeah, this looked like a uniquely terrible party, mainly because they had so many people speaking, and we just know that's a disaster. I recently went to a birthday party, and the honoree gave a very lovely speech, and then someone goes, "Well, should we all go around and say something?" And I was like, "Oh God, okay, everyone, 2 speeches maximum at your function, okay? Because after that, everyone try, and then it becomes the Cheers Olympics. It becomes the Toast Olympics. And everyone is trying to out-toast each other with every stupid, anecdote that's usually about them and not the person you're honoring. And it goes on, and no one really gives a shit.
Well, yeah, listen, I only believe in giving speeches if you make it about yourself. I'm not going to your wedding to give you all the attention. You get enough attention. If you hand me the microphone, forget it. Okay? I'm going to
But you would make a good speech, RHONY, because you're funny and you're like a natural performer. But a lot of people are like, I remember the time we went and saw Allman Brothers and we got a flat tire. And then we went into the 7-Eleven and I got
Erin
a
wouldn't
Slim
even
Jim.
have that speech at her wedding because it has the word almond in it. And she'd be like, no, I don't want anything with calories at my wedding.
She won't even see Hootie and the Blowfish because Blowfish is served as a high-risk sushi.
Yeah, these speech events where everybody gets up, these are basically like a battle of the basics. It's basic people telling basic stories. It's like proving how much more basic they are than you. They're like, I met Don when we were bowling and we were fighting over the last bottle of Coors Light while we were eating ranch with our wings. I'm like, why are you fighting? Just get into your Ford Escape and drive into the goddamn sunset and give your speech to your car radio and your Ford. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here
Yeah.
for food. There's no food. And plus, what about the vegetarians and the vegans? You're just serving weenies and pigs in a blanket. Do we need to cover up pigs? Let pigs fly free. Pigs don't need a blanket. Stop shaming pigs.
I would like a blanket, though. That being said, this is cozy hurricane weather, and I really would like a blanket. I want to be a Ben in a blanket. I would also like to
I'd
say
serve that.
Here's another complaint I have.
No one would complain if I served Ben in the blankets at parties. The Ben would complain. You get the appetizer, and they'd be like, "No, I don't like this. What a terrible venue.
Ben in a blanket.
Why would they serve me in here?"
Let me say something. Here's another complaint I have about Erin. it feels like the past 4 episodes in a row, it's always been like previously on The Real Housewives of New York. And we see this clip so many times of Jenna saying, I think she called you like cackling hags. And Aaron goes, cackling hags? Like if I have to hear her rhetorically ask cackling hags one more time, I'm going off to the mountains. You know, because that's kind of her thing, is that when she doesn't really know what to say, she just repeats it in a sort of like incredulous way. Like if you were to say, Erin, you remind me of a calculator. Of a calculator?
She just like gives like a cool girl eye roll. Like, so we
Very
start
Cindy
now.
Barshop.
I would like to think these shows obviously were edited before us. And listen, the world doesn't revolve around me, according to other people, which is weird. But I would like to thank this show anyway for taking my note about getting Trixie some more positive music. Because last week, Trixie was like singing out a basement window, like, help me, I'm blocked away. Help me. I don't even care if you're gay, just help me. Like, she was sad. This week, she's like, I'm going to take you high. I never need you low. And I like that. It's like Trixie got over it, you know? I love seeing people work through their issues.
Yeah. I love an emotional arc for my interstitial musicians. So we see Uba. She's walking into a store, of course, looking amazing. It's a jewelry store. And she's like, Jacob is the jeweler to the stars, to the 1%. And if you want to shine bright like diamonds, you go to Jacob. So then Aaron shows up. And Aaron's like, this is an insane looking store. Like, I love it. But like, why am I here? Oh, that's right. I'm renewing my vows tonight. And you're going to have to listen to me for an entire hour talking about my vows and my relationship to Abe.
And it was like, oh, you're here to borrow some jewelry. You know, there's something borrow, something new, something coconut milk. Oh, my God, I'm taking this home. No one can stop me.
Why is this coconut milk blue?
So then we cut to Brynn walking the sidewalk, and she goes into a store that's really like heavy on the neon signs, I guess because they're selling them. But it's like a very Kyle Richards vibe in there. And there is a neon sign that says, it's okay for me to have everything I want. Like, yay.
Yeah. Congratulations, neon sign. You're empowered.
This is privilege. Dun!
Yeah. Although I think if you're hanging that neon sign in your home, I guess one of the things that if you have everything you want, I guess one of the things you don't want is refinement, because that sign is tacky.
Yeah. And this song is Ching, ka-ching, I love ka-ching and baling. Who says a lady can't be king?
Those concepts don't have anything to do with each other. No one was questioning your sovereignty.
But I like that. I like in the neon store, someone's like questioning vocabulary. Like, wait a minute. Where does the word king come from?
Wait, you like ka-ching and bling? I'm not sure you're a king. No, I am. So she's in there.
There's a guy who's like, welcome to, what is it, Karkin and Dubets or something?
It's like, I don't know, Kierna Zabet. Kierna Zabet.
Kernan?
Or Kierna Zabet.
I don't know. I wrote Karkin. I know that's not right.
Kieran Culkin. Welcome to Kieran Culkin, a boutique for people who want to wear clothes. So Brynn is in there talking to some guy named Junji, and then Jessel enters and goes, is she bothering you, sir? Hello, friend. Oh, I'm so happy to be here to rub shoulders with you.
And he laughs in that salesman way, where he's like,
guess what? Kierna Zabet is quintessential New York. The best fashion. Everything is on trend. And there's no sign of poverty anywhere. It's honestly my Disneyland.
Everything's on trend, except this guy in the knockoff Gucci jumpsuit Karen Hugo wore 4 years ago. And she's in a sweatshirt that says, Maranthe! Really big across the front. And it's like a sweatshirt poncho, which I would love. I would love that. I feel like that was made for man boobs, but they're only sold for her. And to her, I ask, who says a man can't be queen?
Exactly.
But shan't. So Versace diamond tumblers, that's the kind of store we're in, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's like an exchange, not an exchange store. Is it like consignment? Do you think it's a consignment store, right? Or is it a boutique?
It's probably, I think it was like a stylist boutique where you go and you rent clothes. I don't know. It's like it's like a out of the closet, maybe like an out of the closet for like high end stuff. I guess that's more of a thrift store.
Yeah,
I think it's just
that's
a place
thrift
where
store.
stylists go and they just style you with outfits and you like wear them out and you come back and they take the clothes back.
Well, he should start with himself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go to an ear doctor who's got like earwax balls falling out. Like, you need to take care of your own style. And this salesman looks ridiculous, and he looks like he's just been on Canal Street. So he needs to work, like shopping for knockoffs. So, let's see. So Brynn's like, I've been engaged 3 times, and none of my engagements worked out because I just wasn't ready. You could just stop it. None of my engagements worked out. We know why. Okay, we've met you.
Yes, your
We've been
your
watching
personality
the
started
show.
to come through. So the producer's like, well, why not say no to the proposal? She goes, well, it's easier to say yes. You just look in your eyes and you just say yes. Oh, by the way, this one guy, I went on a date with him to a party and I was bored. So I just like left him at the party. And I then texted him when I got home and was like, oops, I left.
Yeah,
Like, you're an awful
hilarious.
person.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
Terrible. Terrible.
2 things. One is she's wearing this pink dress with sleeves that are only around the forearms, and they're really puffy, and they look like pink cauliflower. Okay, that's really all I have to say about it. But they're disturbing. I keep seeing like pink cauliflower flopping in front of my face. Second, I think that she keeps saying yes because she doesn't know whether she's going to have to sign a prenup until after she says yes, right? Because who's going to be like, "Hey, do you want to sign a prenup and get married?" No one's going to say that. They're going to say, "You want to get married?" And then they're like, "You have to sign a prenup." And then she runs. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because
I think that's probably
I would do that. I would say yes until we got to the prenup. Then they'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I think that tracks. Seems like a good theory. So she tells us like, I'm like ready to settle down. Like, I can't do this shit anymore. Like, I'm old. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to date anymore. I don't want to get to know people. I don't want to be like, oh, when am I gonna meet your parents? Or like, when's the first time we can move in front of each other? Like, I don't want to do any of that. I just like ready to be married.
And she's like, yeah, like if somebody left me and like they just left me at a party, like there would be a horse's head in his bed the next morning. So then we go back to the jewelry place, and Aaron's like, so, Uba, how did you and Jacob Abo or whatever, Abodo, what's his name? He's famous. He's a famous
I just
jeweler.
wrote
I
down
don't know.
Jacob. I said
Yeah.
Jacob and Company.
Yeah, he's a famous jeweler, apparently. She's like, so how did you guys meet each other? And he's like, where was it? Miracle or something? And she's like, oh, yes. What charity? Oh, it's for Prince Albert. Something about the environment. And we've been best friends ever since.
So you probably did not make a donation, I'm going to assume, given that you're like, I don't know, something about environment or I don't know, like penis piercings.
I don't think either one of them really donated much. Uba was there to look hot. Jacob was there to like loan pollution a necklace for a night and be done with it.
Yeah, do we think this is the same Prince Albert charity that Kyle Richards hosted an event for like Princess, like what's her face? Remember at the end of the Beverly Hills season finale, she had a charity thing for like Prince Albert for what's her face? It was like the Natalie Wood Foundation or something. It was like, it's time to donate to Natalie Wood, her memory.
Was that Audrey Hepburn that they were doing?
I think they dressed up like Audrey Hepburn, maybe. Wasn't it like there was some charity? I don't remember what it was. Probably a perfectly fine charity, but it was connected to Monaco, and I thought Prince Albert was connected to it in some way.
Well,
Either
poor Prince
way.
Albert just can't catch a break because I just Googled Prince Albert human trafficking because
Oh.
I don't know. I figured like you might as well try. Like, you never know. It's like every time you hear of a prince, I just start Googling them to see what nasty shit they've done. And I feel bad for Prince Albert because everything is Prince Andrew. It's
Yeah.
like the other Prince A taking all that, like you can't Google yourself anymore. You know what I mean? Sorry, Albs.
Yeah, Prince Andrew. He's not people are not feeling him these days. So then Erin, she's trying on earrings. She's like, I'm in love right now. And they're like, the diamonds she's wearing are $224,000. And she's like, I'm loving Uber for bringing me. Like, if anyone else would be like, I'm going to bring you to have millions of dollars of diamonds so that you're dripping for your anniversary party, I wouldn't believe them. But it's Uber. So I already feel like $1 million. And now I feel like $2 million. I'm like, is this the content that Bravo was like, we need to have her on our show? Like, you know what? This one right here, let's make her the center of, not only do we want her to be on Real Housewives of New York, let's build an entire episode 2 weeks in a row around her where she just narrates scenes for 5 minutes. Well, let's just watch her be somewhere and she can just talk at the audience for 5 minutes. I think that'll be great.
She's like, so Joseph, so like, what do I have? Like, I have 225 on my ears. Like, what do I have? Like another 224 on my bracelet. I mean, let me at least take you to dinner. Hold on. This is a stick of Orbits. Enjoy. Bye.
Here's some Pocky. Only one for you, though. Enjoy your dinner.
Here's a Pocky stick. So my goal weight, if anybody's judging by what I feed other people. So then we go back to Brynn and Jessel and Brynn, and Jessel's like, oh my God, your body is ridiculous. Did you read Erin's invite closely, though? Snicker, snicker. And Brynn's like, was there a penis on it or something? Penises are back, everybody. By the way, penises were out for a while, but they're back in.
I love this, like, this low wattage attempt at being, risque. Just like, did you see that invitation? Was there a penis on it? I'm like, there was not even anything close to a setup for that joke.
It's just her personality. She's like, I'm just going to say sex after everything. And like, let's see how that works for me.
She's like, I'm just going to pander to the gays right now. Because, on Twitter, like, oh my God, is there a penis? Queen, icon.
Icon. Oh my God, is she wearing pink cauliflowers on her forearms? Icon! Icon! Icons are back. Hilarious.
Icons are so back.
Icons are penises now.
Oh. Emergency alert. Okay. Real.
Oh,
okay.
Girl, I love that sound. Who got kidnapped?
Okay, you know who got kidnapped? Probably some pedals getting washed away. Because guess what? A flash flood warning is in effect for this area until 7:45 p.m. Okay, so everyone keep an eye out that window.
Flash flood. Isn't that another downgrade from tropical storm? I mean, what is it going to be? A fucking ballet show by the time it gets to you? It's going to be like the Nutcracker is playing outside.
I'm
outside your window. Look out! Adorable little sugar plum fairies are dancing around.
Wait a second! I just got a text from Erin that says, "A flash flood? Really?
Really? You know where I'm from? They call it a penis flood."
Wow, everyone's jumping on. All the housewives are. Uba's like, I see a flash flood.
I know flash flood. I'm friends with flash flood.
I rub shoulders with flash floods.
I'm really awkward around flash floods.
Flash flood, look in my window and try to come inside.
So they're talking about these invitations for Erin's vow renewal, and Jessel's like, yeah, there were a bunch of sponsors at the bottom. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Which, listen, I mean, sounds smart to me, but God, she's like a Kyle. She's like a Kyle Richards, where season 1, she already knows the game. You know, where's the fat burger truck? At least Kyle has that over you. And for me to say Kyle beat somebody else in anything is a huge thing, Erin. So don't be proud of that, okay?
Yeah, I'll tell you one sponsor I did not see at the bottom of that: M&M's or like
Pillsbury.
Velveeta or anything.
Well, maybe they did have Pillsbury because they did have the pigs in a blanket. So maybe they did. Those are Pillsbury things, right? Where you get the like croissant dough or whatever.
Crescent rolls, as they call them.
Yeah, the crescent rolls.
Yeah, so Brynn's like, I don't recognize like any brands. It's like a Coachella poster, and like, but they're the ones in the have a house in the Hamptons, so not me. So what do I know?
She's like, am I going to have to order bottle service to get into this party? Bottles look like penises. And Jessel's like, do you have a promoter to walk you in? Ha, 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 ha. They're like, what are we walking into? So then we cut back to Uba and Aaron. And Uba's like, how have you been? And Aaron's like, crazy. Thank God for my friends at Alberto's Tequila Design for just making this night a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah, yesterday you seemed really stressed. And if you'd like to ask me about my life, I'd be happy to share a little bit about my life too. And Aaron's like, oh, yeah, I was not in a good mood. I felt like if I didn't come to Jessel's stupid event, it'd be like really sending a bad message. And she says that she's like, I would rather be friends with Jessel than like be pissed off at her all the time. Like, I don't need to hold this grudge. Like, for now, like, Jessel and I are good. I want to have like fun with her at my party and like move on. So like, we're good.
She's like, but also she made a comment like, I don't support women. Like, I was like, don't you dare. How dare you say I don't support women? And she's like, yeah, like you're the one who calls them cocks. She's like, yeah, cackling. You mean cackling old hags? She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, don't call women old hags. Oh, for fuck's sake. So you're...
And if you want to see how outraged I was when I was called an old hag, let's roll that footage. She called you an old hag. Old hag.
So then now Brynn and Jessel are sitting at the store. This is the scene cut back and forth that goes on forever. It really goes on for a long time.
And I also want to point out, this is like normally they do back and forths if there's like drama brewing, if there's an issue, if there's two sides of a story, there's like simmering resentments, but it's literally just back and forth, like two women are in one place and two women are in another place. Let's cross back and forth. Just because why not?
Well, you'll be in a good mood, though, because it's your favorite subject that we're going to talk about now. Cackling hags. So we go back to Brynn and Jessel. And Brynn's like, so how's it been since cackling hags? Cut to Aaron. Cackling hags. Cut back.
I can't believe we're in cackling hag gate still. Yeah, it's a gate. I'm turning it into a gate.
And Jessel's like, well, I feel like there was some unresolved stuff between us, so I just wanted to squash it. Yeah, but did you apologize for saying cackling hags? Because, like, you should apologize for that. I feel like you should.
Jessel goes, well, but I feel like my apology at my event was an inclusive apology. It was like a D, all of the above, I apologize. I thought that was pretty clear.
It's like, what? So it's like a buffet? It's like all-inclusive apologies? Like, what is like the Club Med of apologies? Is it like $300 extra and you get to drink all the apologies you want?
It's like you pay $25 and you can touch all the penises that you want. It was like a penis buffet, just like men with penises who are like wealthy, like bankers with penises at the buffet. Was it like one of those?
Well, and then, and Jessel's like, well, I did apologize. And she came up and she said, thank you. So let me be clear. She's had a problem. Let's be real now. She's had a problem with you. She's had a problem with Sai. She's had a problem with Jenna because Jenna left her house. And she has a problem with me. I don't think it's us. I think it's general people and calories, mostly. People ingesting calories she has a problem with. She's got a problem with carbs. She's got a problem with proteins. I mean, literally mad at everybody.
She's hangry all the time. Someone just needs to feed her. So now we go to Jenna's apartment, and she's there with Brandon.
Jessel, there's more, because she's like, really? Yeah, there's a common denominator. She's like, there is a commoner. No, a common denominator. No, I'm talking about Palvit standing at the window. Out of here, commoner. This is mommy time. Out.
You're getting the cookies soggy. Why did you bring the jars to the street?
You can't take away my abusing Pavid fan fiction, okay? I need it.
No, we need it at all times. So now we go to Jenna's apartment. Jenna is with Brandon, and it says Brandon, friend / architect. But isn't this also her private cook? Is her architect her private cook, or is her private cook her architect?
It's her gay employee.
He just does I've never seen someone have like, but I've never seen the hyphenate of like private chef / architect. That is pretty wild.
He literally does everything. He's like paid to be everything. And I think it's so smart to have a bald guy do it too, because I think to people with hair, like, or as we call them, haired people, we just all look the same. So I think that he could just play all those different roles and nobody ever know it's the same guy at all. you know?
Yeah,
Like, people look at me and they're like, hey, Tom Colicchio, love you on Top Chef. You're great.
So Jenna says,
Oh my
since
God,
leaving,
you were so good on The Shield.
well, ever since leaving J. Crew, I had some attempts to do things that I wanted to do for years, like interior design work, and I renovated a brownstone, and ironically, I got more attention for that than I did anything in my career in fashion. So now I'm gonna like FaceTime someone who's giving big actress energy, and we're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah. And then we see her plans for this house, and it says Emily Hampshire's Playhouse. So she calls future Katie from she calls Katie from Vanderpump Rules if Katie had like a really fun personality. It looks like Katie to me. Or like maybe Katie and that actress who is in Father of the Bride. What's that chick's name? The old one, the original
Elizabeth
one.
Perkins. Was she in it?
Oh, the daughter. I think it was Cindy Wilson's daughter. Cindy Wilson? No, that's my mom's friend.
Carney Wilson.
Shirley from Laverne and Shirley. What was her name?
Penny
She
Marshall?
has a daughter. No, that was Laverne. Oh, come on. You're not a
Tyne
Laverne
Daly?
and Shirley. No, not Tyne Daly. Are you kidding? She couldn't be
Cindy
Shirley's
Williams?
daughter. Okay.
Cindy
Yes.
Williams?
Cindy Williams' daughter.
Andy Williams.
William
Cynthia?
Shatner?
Cynthia
Okay, it doesn't matter. So, we both lost that
Liz-
game. We lost. We were dead.
Catherine
We lost.
Hellman.
Yeah. So she's kind of like Katie from. Let's just stick with Katie from Vanderpump Rules with the personality. So she's like, yeah, Emily and I are friends, and we were like introduced on a date, but like we didn't have a love connection, but we did have a friend connection. And then she bought this house, so I'm gonna do the house for her. Oh my God, hi Emily, it's me, Jen. Oh my God, Jenna, I'm just so awkward to be here right now. And Emily's like, did you notice anything different about me? Do you? Do you notice anything different about me?
This woman is being so extra on this FaceTime thing. I was like, are you auditioning to be on this show right now? What is going on? And I was like, I don't know who this person is. She's very pretty, so I imagine she's an actress. And she's going through the whole thing. And later on in the conversation, as we get to, she talks about like, I'm willing to do an unboxing for you. And I was like, what? Like, who is this person?
She's
so
like
I just looked,
a Canadian
I just looked her up.
influencer. Oh,
Well, I looked her up.
tell me about her.
Her name is Emily Hampshire because I didn't get her last name.
Does she know
And
Prince Albert? Google that.
She knows Prince Albert. She was on Schitt's Creek. She was like the awkward like front desk employee on Schitt's Creek. You ever watch Schitt's Creek?
Oh no, and that's what we get for not allowing joy into our lives through the television.
But it was so weird because I actually always thought she was like not very good on that show. I always thought she had like very
How dare
strange.
you? How dare you say that about Emily?
Well, I always thought she had such strange readings. She's always like, okay, I'll do this. And I was like, this is such a strange performance, you know. And I've said this before on the podcast, and people have said, "How dare you, Ben?" And I apologize. I apologize to those people who are big Stevie heads. But then seeing her here, I was like, this is a whole different personality, which in some ways is a testament to her acting, I guess. But also, I'm like, I don't understand this person. I don't understand their performances both on Schitt's Creek and on RHONY.
She's just got like really big actor personality. She's like, do you notice anything different about me, darling? And she's like, yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me try to guess. Did you meet the Obamas? Because I did. Fairly recently. Still have the dress if you want to see it.
And Jenna says, well, I also came out with a line of eyelashes called Love Scene that were really made for Emily Hampshire because she just loves being seen. And she's probably one of my biggest supporters. She's like, send them to me and I'll do an unboxing and I'll wear them and I'll give them to my makeup artist. And it's like such an honor to have this person who has a sense that she has a huge following bigger than me want to do an unboxing for me. That's great.
And Emily's like, my makeup artist didn't even get them from you. She said, put them in the bed. You know what that means? Like when you're done using them, put them in the bed. You even call it the bed? It's a little part of the container that you pull out of the box. You put them back in there and then you put them to bed. You should call it that. We should trademark it that. You can have that. That's for free. That's from me, Emily Hampshire, Schitt's Creek, bed. Put it to bed. Put it to bed. Wow. I'm a cat right now. I'm a cat with lashes. Big ball, little ball.
Oh my God, she was so extra. So then Jenna goes, okay, the question that I have, Okay, so this is your dining table. I'm going to show you my dining table, the dining table. Okay, remember that insane over-the-top lighting fixture that we were talking about? I'm thinking that it's like maybe too much. I don't know. What do you think? You seem to be doing too much right now. Is this too much? On a scale of 1 to Emily, is this too much?
She's like, well, are you going to use the entire lighting budget on that one light? I mean, because then the rest of the house is going to be dark. It's going to be so scary in there. It's going to be terrifying. Oh, I'm going to have to protect me or my lashes. Blah, 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 blah. Bats are flying at you. Bats are flying at you. Unfortunately, you can't see them because it's dark. Ah, they got you. The eyelashes you gave me just ate a criminal.
Brandon's like, should I be laughing at this? Am I allowed? So now we go to David Burke Tavern. And Erin meets with Abe outside, and she's like, why are we at David Burke? I mean, we haven't been here for years. I mean, cackling hags.
I love that they're just dissing basically every restaurant they go to on this show. They're like, they've already got Catch in a, their panties are in a bunch. And now this one, she's like, oh my God, who even goes to David Burke's anymore? David Burke's still here? Is the real David Burke even still alive? God, what are we going to have? Like a dried out chicken pot pie? Gross. Thanks a lot, Abe.
Stupid. So she said, Abe and I have been together for 12 years, 10 years married. I mean, I was basically just sitting there on our first date, coloring in my books with Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Pitt to the side, and Abe walked in. I was like, that's my husband.
And so the only lady in David Burke. There's a lady, like a service person, who comes over and she's like, hey, you didn't check your coat. Do you want me to take that coat for you? And Abe's like, no, I'll keep my coat. And Erin goes, oh, that's weird. Oh, he's keeping his coat.
Well, because he's used to her keeping the. Remember the Hamptons? He's used to freezing ass cold spaces around Erin. He's like, she's gonna turn down the AC soon.
She's gonna say she has to go to the bathroom and then turn off the heat very soon.
You've all been warned. So Abe's like, wow, I feel like we've been downtown so long. It's like I miss coming to the Upper East Side. I mean, I'm not saying I want to move back here and I hate our place in Tribeca, but what I am saying is we should make this a regular thing and then also live up here. And she's like, I just really don't love going above Canal, but for you, I will. Isn't that so trendy of me? I don't go above Canal. That's like some New York humor.
I only go where I know that I'm within a mile of Robert De Niro's home. So,
cackling hags.
So cackling hag. So Abe's like, well, when we started dating, you were uptown and I was downtown. You were so pissed about that. She goes, yeah, I was annoyed that you asked me on a date, and then you made the date around where you lived, and I had go there. Who does that?
He's like, yeah, well, I knew I couldn't cater to you because then there'd be no second date. He's just like, yeah, that's so true. I like when I'm treated like shit. Anyway, we're going to have a great party. There's going to be one hot dog there and then very high ceilings and a lot of people talking. So it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, and she's like, our friends want to make speeches, so we need to get a run of show. So I already knew, oh no.
Run of show.
The basics, yeah, a run of show for your basic friends to be like, one time we were watching football together, and Abe spilled a Dorito on the floor, and he picked it up, and we were like, I dare you to eat it, bro, and Abe fucking ate it. Oh!
Yeah, I can't wait to hear stories about their times they had at Lehman Brothers before it closed down. So Erin is
Penny stocks, those were the days. Am I right, boys?
Bastards, am I right?
God, remember that time we talked poor people into getting mortgages they couldn't afford and then jacked up the interest rates after 3 years? God, those were good times. Miss you, Abe. Miss you.
So Erin's like, I'm just stressed about writing my vows. I think we didn't do vows the first time because we're just so young. At 25, you don't even know how to write words yet. I was still working on my uppercase and lower cases, And the rabbi just did the whole ceremony for us. Honestly, we didn't really think about it. Although now in retrospect, I did think it was strange that there was an intermission. And then I realized we actually never got married. We just went to see Fiddler on the Roof.
It was crazy because during our wedding, we were both churning butter, and there was a girl between us churning butter too. It was so weird.
The bottle dance was a strange part of our wedding, I have to say.
So amazing when my dad started singing Sunrise Sunset, and then Brynn tried to fuck him. It was really weird. I didn't even know her then. So she's like, I just want to tell him how much I love him. Because, like, okay, so here's what I have so far. You left dishes in the sink last night, but thanks for taking out the trash. Now put the kids to bed and don't ever make me come uptown again because it's not cute. And I'm not only stabbing you with this butter knife because we're on TV, I'm going to choke you. Okay. I do.
And why is it so fucking hot in here?
P.S.
So,
cackling hags.
Cackling hags. I swear, every time you hear it now, you're going to be like, ugh. So Abe, he's like, yeah, I remember, like, you know, we were babies when we got married at 25, you know, and isn't it funny? I proposed to you after 9 months. And she goes, Abe and I just kind of locked eyes and kind of understood each other on a level that I can't really explain. Like, have you ever looked into someone's soul and saw that that soul's parents had a house in the Hamptons, and then they saw that your soul's parents had a house in the Hamptons, and you realize your souls together could create a new house in the Hamptons? That's what our souls felt like they did.
I knew the second I was going to pretend to pay for drinks, and we both pulled out our Amex, and they were the same exact color, that we were meant to be together.
I know when I was sharing stories of coloring in pictures next to Gwyneth and Brad, and he was telling stories of coloring in pictures next to Freddie Prinze and Sarah Michelle, that we were pretty much destined to be together.
And she has a martini. She gets a martini, and there's a giant ice cube in her martini, which I don't approve of. Not because I don't think things should be cold, okay? And I know we're on Aaron all the time, so it's like, leave the woman alone, you know? But stop wasting room in the martini glass. You need more room for the vodka. Like, I just feel like it's wasteful of what could have been more martini, and it makes me not trust her. So then Abe, this is a pain in the ass couple, but Abe has this, like, she comes across as a pain in the ass, so that's not surprising. But Abe is like doing that nice guy thing where he's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. I do whatever my wife wants. I'm so Abe, honest Abe. Everybody loves Abe. But then Abe's like, remember how I ordered this drink? Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I really hate this drink. Then why'd you order the froofy drink at the fucking David Burke, dude? Okay, this is not. They're not going to hand you a tiny spoon to taste everything that comes out. Okay, this is not Yogurt Planet, sir. Drink your fucking Brave Captain or whatever the fuck you just ordered. Did you hear him order this?
You know what? I didn't because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
but then it
Captain.
Dream Captain. Okay, yeah, that's no. I also like Erin started to create this narrative last week, and it didn't really get traction. So she's trying it again this week to Abe's face, and she goes, you know, like, I think that, like, what's, like, really cool is that, like, it's important that we would be friends. Like, if we, like, just, like, never got together and, like, we were never sexually attracted to each other and didn't have babies, we would still be friends. Like, could you co-sign this for me? Because I tried it last week and everyone laughed at me. You know what I'm saying, Abe, right?
He's like, no, I wouldn't be friends with you if I couldn't fuck you. Haha. She's like, thanks a lot, fucking asshole. And you're doing this to me uptown as well. And so he gives her, he's like, babe, look, I got you a diamond ring. And she's like, oh my God, are you serious? Are you like, oh my God, hold on, I'm crying right now. Wow. Are you serious?
This is like almost as good as the jewelry I actually already got earlier today. That was worth probably about 5 times as much as this ring, but it's so cute what you got me.
This is gonna look so cute next to my bomb ass rental jewelry. So Jessel calls Pavitt, and she calls Pavitt. So she's sitting in her living room. First of all, her white couches, her cream walls, her marble spike column things coming out of the walls, and she's in like an oatmeal pashmina. Like, she's really going for just beige, and I just love this woman's commitment to just beigeness. So she's going for it, and she calls Pavitt on her phone, and she's like, Pavitt, the kids are napping, could you come here, because I want you to look at this school app stuff. And he's like, are you sure? Would you take off my collar? All right, I'll turn off the collar so you can come out and come back to the dining room with your laptop.
So he like comes out of the room, and he's like,
ow, sorry, I was just forgot, turned it off a little late. Thank you to Halo Collar.
Could we rebrand that as Pavitt Collar? No, I'll speak to Larsa Pippen about it. So she's like, did you get the application? We have an email. Did we have the email from Montessori? Did you get that application? He's like, Yeah, I got it. And she's like, and you didn't do anything about it? I don't think you understand the urgency that we have less than 2 weeks to get these applications in.
She goes, this preschool application process is psychotic. We narrowed the preschool search to 2. I've done it. Parvit has been on the couch fiddling with his balls.
And not even like his testicles. I mean, he actually has 2 little cat toys in the shape of balls with bells in, and just plays with them because, if you Lord knows, he has no real man balls. I think we all know that.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know because you haven't fucked him in like years. Okay, get out of my scene, Sai. All right, it's just disrespectful now. So she's like, we need in-person meetings. Then we need to prep between us realistically what we're able to do. So I love this one because it's international, Parvit. They have schools in Sao Paulo, Brazil, Hong Kong, New York. Basically, it's like watching the very end of a Tom Cruise movie.
Yes, look, it's everywhere. West Hollywood, the Hamptons, schools everywhere. It's like, you're just looking at the website for Barry's boot camp. Oh, so I am.
Is orange a theory or is it a color? Let's just discuss. Let's think on that for a moment, Parvit. And so he's like, yeah, but like, who cares? Because we live in New York. And she goes, Parvit, I get that. Ugh. Listen, Parvit, they teach Mandarin. Do you understand? And Spanish. So you're like immersed in this like language. I mean, imagine our kids could say popsicle in Spanish and Mandarin both.
Yeah, but that's like just a TV show. It's not real. Not the Mandalorian, Parvit. Mandarin. Jesus.
He's like, but they can barely speak English right now because they're kids. And she's like, but they do speak English, Parvit. And then the second one is this Montessori, and it's very cool because celebrities, tech entrepreneurs, it's very high-level school. He's like, are they race car drivers? She's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Parvit.
You keep joking about this stuff, but it's important, okay? And he's like, yeah, but they're so young. And she's like, listen, race car drivers or no race car drivers, they're famous people that are nearby. So we're going to go and look at the price and we're going to pay it. And he goes, are you crazy? $62,000 for what? For coloring? No, it's not just coloring, Parvit, you stupid imbecile. There's so much more than coloring. There's snacks, granola bars, juice boxes.
Our children could go to school with X19 Pi #ampersand Musk, Parvit. Come on. It's who you rub shoulders with. It's important. And also, they pay for materials. They get snacks and an Apple iPad and a Mac. He's like, 65 grand for an iPad and a Mac. What a bargain.
But that's what it is, Parvit. It's, it's something that we have to focus on, and you have to invest now. You have to imagine, Tom Cruise sent his kid here. It's not called Montessori for no reason. Surrey Cruise, okay? So you can be rubbing shoulders with all that. Rubbing shoulders, Parvit.
It's the comfort of knowing your children won't be around Samsung products, Parvit. I mean, would you have them raised by people on Windows phones, sidekicks, razor flips, Parvit? It's like, you're being ridiculous. She's like, no, Tom Cruise, come on. It's like, listen, didn't Tom Cruise's kid get so weird she turned into that digital assistant on the speaker? And that's Siri, you idiot, not sorry.
Did you think an actual human could transition into being a digital presence? Like, it does not how that even works, Parvit. How many times do I have to explain to you? Tom Cruise sent his children there, and Tom Cruise is the high point of what we should all be aspiring to.
Tom Cruise was in Speed Racer, which was about race car driving. He's like, oh, okay, I'm in. Oh, Jesus, Parvit.
Days of Thunder, Parvit. Days of Thunder. Could have just led with that.
Oh, was it Days of Thunder? Was he also in Speed Racer?
I don't think so.
Thank you. I know it was some damn.
I feel like
race
Freddie
movie.
Prinze Jr. was in Speed Racer, actually, ironically, but I could be wrong. So Jessel's like, oh God, now look at the application. They're asking for boards and organization. Put down that plank. It's not an actual board they want. They don't want a charcuterie board, Parvit.
Now, are you part of any boards or organizations? Come on, Parvit, besides that fried chicken committee that you'd like to eat.
I was like, what? And he goes, it's the Street Food Association of New York City. I was like, the fact that she calls that the fried chicken committee kind of makes me love Jessel.
But also the fact that he's on the Street Food Association of New York. It's hilarious. That's the only like out of school thing that he does. His only elective is street food.
She's like, okay, they want statements from us. Oh, great. You're going to talk about the texture of the flattened pigeon you peeled off the sidewalk.
All right, which one are you going to do right now? He's like, I'll do Rio. She goes, is that the one that was glanced at by Dame Judi Dench and Sachs? No, that was Kai. Right. All right, Kai loves Tom Cruise. Will that work? Or I don't know anything about Kai, really. All right, what do I say? Here,
Okay,
hold
I'm
on.
going to do this. Okay. Rio is thoughtful, intelligent, and socially inept.
Poops, I've got poops down. Do you
What
think we
about
should have poops there?
total
Nominated
disaster?
for an Oscar. Nominated for an Oscar. I've got that.
Lacks basic levels of human hygiene. That's good, right?
Eats only boogers until 11 a.m.
Refuses to wear pants and loves to pee on humans.
Socially inept, pooping, human, smelly. Should we say smelly? I think smelly might be a word over. And Pavitt's like, so inept. I don't think that's a positive word. I'm just like, I don't know. Look it up, Pavitt. Look it up. This is what you get for going against Siri. All right? Look it up now. Stupid.
You have to look up your own words. Look how adept he is. No, I think you meant adept for socially adept and me as inept. Oh, Papa, you don't even know what you're talking about.
He's like, you're the English major, which cracks me up. And she's like, oh, shit. Socially inept is when people don't know how to comfortably socialize. Oh, God, Pavitt. Congratulations. You've made it into one history book.
Puppet, why have you not sent your photo into Merriam-Webster? You should be right there in the entry.
So then we go to Size Brownstone, to her Rio. She's like, Rio, are you doing coloring? Rio's like, yeah.
She's like, and you're doing this on my table? Well, not on my table, Rio. Well, where else is he supposed to color? Erin's like, where's Brad Pitt and Gwyneth? Am I right? I guess Rio's not going to have the same childhood as me.
So David's like, honey, there's marker on the rug. Did you see this? She's like, this is why I don't like anything in here. Get out of here. Get out. All right, God, I had good luck with David because he's there for the kids. He goes above and beyond for his children. I mean, look at him using nature's miracle to get marker out of the carpet. Father of the year right there. Fucking love this guy.
Oh, my God. I feel like I've had a million events, okay? Because, and by the way, get this. Apparently, Erin and Jessel got into it, and Jessel got really emotional and started crying.
Rio interrupts and goes, cheese.
Yeah. Keep up, Rio. Okay, we're on a new fight now. Okay, it's about crying about being called a princess.
I died.
Like, why you get emotional?
I died that Rio knows about the cheese fight because he listens to the moms talking about all the fights. He's like, cheese. I know this
Cheese
fight. Yeah, well, Jessel got really emotional and started crying. Which is not true. You know,
She never cried. We saw it. She literally never cried.
She had no emotion. And so, yeah, Rio's like, why are you getting emotional? And they're like, oh, my God, shut up. We're going into the room of the carpet that you just fucking demoralized and humiliated and completely ruined, Rio. All right?
I love this. They're like, let's not have this conversation in front of Rio. Okay, let's go into a whole different room. They just like walk 2 feet over and sit down.
Well, open
okay,
house
he
living,
can't hear us
that's
now.
it, you know. God, don't you miss walls? I miss walls. So then
Walls are
Sai's like, oh, go ahead.
I said, walls are up. Walls are up. Bethany Frankel.
Walls up. So Sai's like, I was like, why would you cry just because someone calls you pampered? And David's like, listen, on top of raising twins, she started working again. And listen, if someone wants to call me pampered or this, she's juggling a lot of stuff. Okay, guys? I could be pissed off too. Think about what a difficult year she's had. It's like, this guy's amazing. I don't think this guy belongs on Bravo or he's a murderer. There's something about him. I don't trust a husband this good on Bravo. They don't hire husbands like this. You have to be a piece of shit to be on this show. So show me some kind of sign that you're real, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. And Sai is like, he's like, I find it funny that a lot of the ladies come to you to discuss feelings because you have like many strong suits, but being a counselor is not one of them. She's like, yeah, no, I don't. I don't like feelings, because I have a tendency to like, just be like hard on people because of like my upbringing and not being a victim. So like, I tend not to be so empathetic. So yeah, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. So David's like, Well, when someone opens up to you emotionally, you seem to tune them out. It's kind of amazing. Your husband must be so lucky. You must so lucky to deal with that. So, like, I'm sure when he comes crying to you about the pain that he feels and how lonely he feels in the marriage, you're very
Die.
yes.
Die
Yes,
in your
dear.
sleep. Seriously.
Yes, dear.
My God.
Yes,
God
dear.
pussy. So then we go to Erin's apartment, and she's choosing outfits, and Abe are like, "Oh my God, those are like sick." So then we go to Jenna's, and she's with another
Goddaughter.
godployee. She's like with a god. Why
Godployee.
she shouldn't say godployee, because that sounds like God is your employee, and God don't work for us. Okay. Let's see. So what would you call
It's a new
goddaughter
goddaughter.
employee?
A goddaughter employee.
A goddaughter employee.
God turn.
Fanploy. God turn. I like that. Okay, so she's like, "Oh my God, my pits smell." That's so awkward. I don't know what's more awkward right now. Here are my armpits. Oh my God, I'm hiding. Is this a ficus tree? I'm hiding behind it right now in my own closet. I'm like so nervous to even be in this scene right now. I can't believe I'm even here with you. Okay, let's try this dress. Let's try on this topless shirt. Yeah.
And then Jessel's in glam over in her apartment, and Pava comes in and brings her some wine. And she goes, "You know, it's like 4 PM, you socially inept person. I understand it now."
So then we go back to Erin and Abe, and she's like, "We're having a long night, so I'm going to eat this salad now." Yeah, that's not fair. You can't eat before and then expect
Yeah.
everyone else to have done that as well, because you're having a night event, ma'am, at like 7
Yeah.
at dinner time.
Exactly. And she and she does, like, again, the Erin thing, because she goes, "We have a long night ahead of us." He goes, "I know." She goes, "Like a long night." Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I get it. I get it." No, like cackling hags. Oh, I thought you were saying long night for a third time. No. Like a long night. So we're back on long night. Cackling hags.
So then we go to, they're just basically talking about how her and Jessel made up, and so, or she and Jessel made up. Look at me catching my grammar. And she's ready to have fun with Jessel now. And I mean, that's good for you because you love Pavitt, right? So that's cool. And then we go back to Jessel and Pavitt, and she's like, "This hairspray. Wait, this drink smells like hairspray. What are you giving me, Pavitt?" He's like, "I'm not breaking out the good stuff for you. I'm saving it for fucking Days of Thunder."
Fried Chicken Committee, just say it. Fried Chicken Committee gets the good wine. It's called the Street Food Association of New York City. Oh, Pavitt, be quiet. Why do you get so nervous? I have such you look terrible. You look like a piece of shit, Pavitt. Sorry, I just had to say that to reset myself. And he's like, "Well, why do you look nervous? I have such good taste. I'm going to pick out something nice." She goes, "Well, it almost took 7 years to get it right? Because you used to look like a piece of shit. And if it weren't for the Street Food Committee of stupid-facing stupid people, probably would have been stylish sooner." This drink is really getting to my head quickly, I have to say.
She's like, "I really created a monster when I taught him about style. I mean, now he gets his hair blown out, he gets his eyebrows done, gets his asshole waxed and bleached. I mean, it's a whole thing, really." I was like, "Why are your eyebrows thinner than mine? You know, you look like Zoolander." And the character, not Ben Stiller, which would actually have been helpful for Montessori inductions. So it would have been nice. I wonder if Ben Stiller knows what inept means. If he would have to look it up too.
So then Jessel says, well, she says, "Where's my mic? I'm literally going to drop the mic because of the way you look tonight, Pavitt, and what you've chosen." And he goes, "Well, you don't have a mic, so just drop the wine." And she goes, "Drop the wine, and then your kid can come and lick it off the floor like he did last time." I was like, whoa. Whoa.
I love that Kai is like the secret baby alcoholic, just waiting for something to drip on the floor.
Put that in the application.
So Uba calls Erin, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sick. I was going to come, and I picked my dress, and I got my diamond, and I ate because I wasn't sure you were going to feed me. I've been through the whole process." Oh, I saw you looking out the window. Is it storming out there?
I thought I heard something, but it's fine. Everything's normal. Don't worry, everyone. Hurricane Hillary is still just sort of trundling along.
Literally nothing is moving back there still. Just an update on Hurricane Linda or Hillary.
It almost looks sunny out there.
Not even wind. Not even wind.
So Yeah, so Uba's like in bed. And at this point, we now know what this phone call is about on Bravo because we've seen it so many times, you know? And Uba's like, I'm so afraid to give you this news, but I'm on the verge of having a storyline. Oh my God, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? No, it's strange. I don't know how to feel about it, but also I have COVID. Like, oh.
It's the strain that only people who have met Prince Albert can get. Rough strain.
It's the toll you get of being part of a wild and interesting group of women. So Aaron's like, don't tell me you have COVID. Do not tell me you have COVID. I have COVID. COVID? You have COVID?
Cackling COVID.
Cackling.
Seriously.
Virus. So she's like, I cannot believe you're not gonna be out there with me with this jewelry. I cannot believe it. I was really hoping to brag about knowing a supermodel tonight. Wow.
Well, I look $1 million better because of her. So then we go to Broadway and Chambers to a space called De Lumière, which is a beautiful space. I mean, this was a real stunner. My gosh.
It was, but I was wondering when the candles were going to start dancing for us. I was like, hello, what's going on here?
A little Beauty and the Beast for you.
Little Beauty and the Beast.
I like it because I used to, when I was a cater waiter in New York, like I was 18 or something, and I didn't know the city at all. And to just walk into these shitty buildings, not saying that this is a shitty building, but everything looks the same in New York pretty much, you know? And you walk into this like shitty looking little building, and then you walk into this, and I would just be amazed that they can even put stuff like this in a city. I was like, wow, a waterfall wall? That's amazing. I mean, the whole back wall is a waterfall, not like a Heather DeBrow leaky basement wall, okay?
Yeah.
This is like severe Vegas style waterfall. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. I
But
would totally say I do in this place.
that being said, I did not love it as a choice of venue for this event because it looked too big for the amount of people that were there, and it looked very cavernous and empty, and there was no food going around, obviously. So it just, it felt like it was something that was meant for like a proper gala, and this was too small for it.
Well, I liked it, and it was free because you know that their name was probably at the bottom of that invitation. So
Yeah,
they
the
probably
Lumiere
got
Society.
filming rights for free or something. So Erin is there, and she goes up to her dad, and her dad has brought a date named Jackie, and Jackie just looks Erin up and down so rudely because Erin's wearing like a boob dress. She's wearing like a see-through chain dress with that's taped to her boobs, and this lady judges Erin so harsh. She totally body checks Erin, and then Erin's like, huh, "Dad has a girlfriend." Shocker. At least this one's of age.
Jackie, very of age, in fact, almost too of age. Sorry, Jackie, it's called Get Some Botox. So then Erin greets Robert from Jacob and Company. He's like the one who brings the jewelry and is going to like lurk around and make sure it doesn't get stolen. And she's like, Robert from Jacob and Company is going to follow me around until I'm like ready to get back the jewels, which may not even be tonight. Just think about that. What I'm trying to say is like, I'm going to like wear those jewels a long time.
That security guard might be in bed with us.
We're hilarious.
So Brynn comes in and she's like, is this a bank? Because it feels like a bank and a courtroom. My two favorite places. Why are there so many men here? There's so many guys here not complaining. Hi guys. Hi penises. Hand jobs are back.
Oh my God, the kids are like running away from me when I say hi. Is this because I look like the stepmom from The Parent Trap? You know, in the scene where she walks into a room full of penises. Oh, was that cut from the original?
The penis trap. So she's like, yeah, I've got my party stockings on, my outfit, my fur. I'm flying high. Just keep those glasses on.
Hey, Erin, here's my friend Sarah. Here's Sarah. Nice to meet you, everyone. Okay, Sarah. Okay, now you're never going to see Sarah again. Bye, Sarah. Oh my God, this is great. And Erin's like, Brynn is like still in her sunglasses. It's like 9 o'clock. Like, take them off. Take them off.
I'm going to meet your dad. I'm going to meet him. She goes, do not hit on my dad. I'm totally going to hit on your dad. This place is crawling with dudes. Why are there so many dudes?
Is this like my birthday party? There's like so many dudes here. Oh my God. So then Jessel and Pavitt arrive, and then Brynn meets Aaron's brother David, and Aaron's like, oh my God, she's gonna hit on my brother too now. This is wild. I have such wild friends. Isn't this outrageous? Cackling hags? What?
So then Jessel and Pavitt meet the dad, Eli. And Eli's like, so you're married. When? When did you get married? And Jessel's like, 2018. All right, that's when we met each other. That's when we got. Well, I mean, I started finding him worthy of my marriage in about, let's see, hasn't really happened yet, unless you have a time machine that goes forward, which fingers crossed, we might get there. Hopefully you'll have a time machine that's not completely inept. Am I right, Eli? Word of the day, everybody. Word of the day.
He's like, Baruch Hashem. You have kids? And she's like, 2 kids. 2. Well, they're not so much children as they are Wolverines. And he's like, oh, not enough. Continue.
Some people call them children. We call them little tiny alcoholics who will possibly one day be connected to Tom Cruise in some way, shape, or form.
We're hoping there's an opening for floor liquor in Tom Cruise's mansion someday soon. So then Jessel's like, I spent 3 years trying to have a child. I have 7 embryos chilling in a freezer, and my girl is in there, and Pavitt thinks he's 2 and done. No. I'm going to have another very inept child very soon.
So then Jessel goes over and she's like, hello, Aaron. And Aaron's like, hi, I'm wearing armor. My dad said in Hebrew, I can see your boobs. Isn't that hilarious? I'm sorry, am I cackling right now? Because do you remember you called me a cackling hag?
It's a sick burn, and it burns every day. So now Brynn is having a cocktail wiener, and she's like, there's a lot of wieners in this place. Put them in my mouth. Put the cocktail wiener in my mouth. I fucking gone. Oh, God, she's an icon.
So then Pavitt is talking to Aaron. Okay, so Jessel and Aaron are now talking to Jessel and Pavitt are now talking to Aaron. So he's like, I saw you come to our place the other night for like a split second, but then you were gone from our place, but like I saw you there. That was cool that you were there. She's like, yeah, I was just there 10 minutes because like my kid was sick. It was like a whole deal. It was really hard. It's really hard being me. It was like my kid was sick and I was like, you don't even have the luxury of being like sick at like 3 Lincoln Center right now, knowing that Gwyneth is just like a phone call away.
Jess is like, oh, well, you could have just called me. And Aaron's like, yeah, but we had our thing and I wanted to show up because, I know it's important to you. Remember, hashtag, you don't support other women. I think that was about me, right? Because you said it, basically.
It's like, remember when I told you I appreciated how much you came? Oh, God, I still appreciate myself for telling you that moment how much I appreciated you for coming. Was that kind of me? It's kind of both of us. I'm so proud of us right now. And so then Jenna comes in and she's looking around like, oh, my God, I'm like in a wacky mood, but I'm also awkward, but I'm also wacky. But I'm also going to grab Aaron's butt, but I'm going to do it like awkwardly, but also wackily. And now she's pretending that she doesn't feel someone grabbing her butt. And I'm going to grab it again. It's awkward, but still wacky. She's pretending that she doesn't even know I grabbed her butt. And now she's made it awkward. This was like the most awkward butt grab I ever did. This is why I don't do butt grabs. I'm so awkward. I'm just going home.
Wow, this was more awkward than the time I tried to pinch Emily Hampshire's butt while she was getting into character for I Remember Mama. So Jenna's like, it's great. It's a great play. Great American play. So Jenna's like, it's not my repertoire to grab asses. Or like, maybe it is. Like, I should check that. Oh, I feel like a total weirdo now. A weirdo who knows Emily Hampshire, who's also a weirdo or plays one on TV, but is actually like very cool in real life. Wow.
Hey, by the way, do you like this blazer? Because I was totally wearing it when I talked to Emily Hampshire on FaceTime once. So, should I keep this? Do you think I should keep it?
I don't know what's a bigger flex, Michelle Obama or the girl from Schitt's Creek. I'm gonna go Schitt's Creek.
I wonder if Beyonce remembers what she was wearing when she met Emily Hampshire.
Maybe she just never has. That's too bad for Beyonce.
Yeah. So then Sai comes and she's looking beautiful in blue velvet. And Jenna is talking to Abe. And she's like, so is this whole renewing your vow thing your idea or her idea? And he's like, well, we just wanted to do it because we didn't do our vows because we were so young. And she's like, okay, but I guess I'm trying to figure out like how you didn't realize you had to do vows at a wedding just like every wedding does just because you were young. It's like,
Like you were ready, like you weren't ready to write vows, but you were ready to commit to each other for the rest of your lives. That's like saying I can't wear khaki to a khaki party, but then you go to the Hamptons and wear khaki all day. So like make it make sense for me. I don't know.
it's confusing. It's really confusing. So then Sai says hi to Aaron, and Sai's like, oh my God, my hands are freezing. It's beautiful in here, but freezing, of course. Okay, is there any food to put my hands on? Seriously, to warm them up? Because at this point, I'm thinking, of course she's got food.
Yeah.
Right.
At this point, after all that shaming. So I was like, oh yeah, sorry everyone, David can't make it. One of the kids got sick and he said, and staying home. And he also said something about how I'm not fulfilling his emotional needs. I don't know, some bullshit like that. I don't know. I let him just leave. I just left with him crying on the pillow. Anyway, is that food? Is that food?
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit though. He doesn't want to be here anyway. So where's the food? So then Brynn and Jessel are talking, and Brynn's like, this place feels like a Bank of America meets charity gala meets bar mitzvah meets penis factory, because literally there are dicks everywhere. Even in weenies, which I've eaten 3 of. Give me all the dicks in blankets.
She tells us, I'm like a little bored, so like, how do I entertain myself? By bitching. Which I was like, okay, point for Brynn. And then
I know she did get a point with that one.
I was like, okay, I can see myself being friends with her now. So someone breaks something, and Brynn's like, Opa, don't worry, it's sponsored, it's fine. I hate this fucking party.
So she got 2 in a row. I thought that was really good.
I know. I was
Opa, don't worry, it's sponsored.
I think bored Brynn is the best Brynn, turns out.
And then enter Meredith, Max, and child baby toddler. They carted him to get in here, and he goes, I'm just a baby cart. And they let him right in. Max.
I heard there were some little children running around this party who were scared of that lady over there, and I was wondering if my toddler could play with them. He needs to make new friends. Is that okay?
And Aaron's like, you guys are so sweet to be here. You should totally come over for Shabbat. She's like, I will. I'm going to bring a white bean salad and a lemon that was cut by 5 family members.
So that would be very, very nice. So now Brynn goes up to Abe and goes, so Abe, like, once you're ready to get a divorce, I'm single. It's like a swap.
You want to do a swap? And Jess is like, I can't take her anywhere. The other day we went to a store together and I had to go in and I had to tell the salesperson, is this woman bothering you? And then he laughed like this. It was hilarious.
So Abe is saying they have to do their vows soon, and Brynn's like, if you didn't say your vows, does that mean that you're technically like not married? And he's like, no, there's a contract. Because, well, if anyone knows how to get out of contracts, it's you and your penis. Is a penis contract?
Yeah, what did that mean? If anyone knows how to get out of contracts, it's Abe.
Is he a lawyer?
I don't know. I thought that was a weird thing to say. And Jessel's like, oh my God, she's relentless. And Brynn's like, whatever you do, don't mess up and say, I do, Brynn. It's not you I'm interested in. It's actually Aaron's dad. Because, like, then I could be Aaron's stepmother. Oh my God, she'd be amazing. That's the look she's going for. You know, you'd be the perfect evil stepmother.
I would. Like, if I were Aaron's stepmom, I wouldn't even let her call me Brynn. I'd be like, no, you have to call me mom now. Call me mom. Aaron's like, mom. So now Brynn and Jessel go to mingle, and Brynn's like, I gotta lock my shit up. I'm like ripping on the party and shitting on her husband. I'm like never gonna get invited to another anniversary party again.
So Jenna is talking to Sai, and Jenna's like, oh my God, who's that like hot dude over there? He just made me feel even more awkward than I already felt, which was awkward. So now I'm like super awkward. Oh my God.
can I make him my godson? And so Sai's like, would you ever sleep with a guy again? And she's like, yeah, if the right one came in. She goes, oh, so are we making moves? She goes, well, I'm single, so yeah, I'm making moves. And Jess is like, single? My sister best friend is single, which of course I do because we share everything at night. But I'll pretend like I didn't know because I did know all this. She's like, what happened, Sister Jenna?
Of course, you haven't told me the story yet, but of course I felt it. You know, I told Parvit, look at that rain outside. Jenna's hurting right now. I feel it. I just feel it.
So Jenna's like, life happened, just happened past couple of weeks, And Jess is like, Jenna, how do you feel? Because my heart is hurting. Because my heart is your heart and my heart feels your heart right now.
She's like, well, it's been rough because, like, you know how, like, you think your life is going in one direction, but then it goes in, like, another direction, and you, like, thought, like, one direction was going to be there forever. So basically, Harry Styles, you're feeling like Harry Styles. Do you know him by any chance? If he went to a Montessori school, which do you think he'd pick?
Could you write a letter of recommendations? Is he inept at that? So Jenna says, well, I've dated a person for 1.5 years, and it's not been consistent. And I think there were signs. And you get excited, and you believe something's going to be something. And then, like, it doesn't, it goes away. That can be heartbreaking. And, I'm not getting any younger. But luckily, I still am fairly famous and very rich and pretty influential. So I can really get anyone I want. So not a problem.
And Jessel's like, was it mutual, Jenna? And so I was like, yeah, was it because this person wanted to be more vocal, more seen? I was like, oh, geez, what? Victim blame much? Side, Jesus Christ. And Jenna's like, actually, it was like the other way around. They were like, I just don't, like, I didn't have this in mind. And I was like, I mean, I hear that, but, like, I'm, like, famous, and I just, like, can't turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not, like, like, Pavet, like, his ability to just turn Jessel off. Oh, my God, second to none. You're correct about that, sister.
It was just, I didn't really know if there was an easy way for me to tell Emily Hampshire to stop throwing bricks through my girlfriend's window. So we just had to call it off.
And so I was like, well, you can come hang with us. Bring your son over. I'll have a lunch called Poor Jenna Got Divorced Lunch. And it'll be amazing. Like we could have some enchiladas, and then I'll say, you know what, this is Jenna's fault because she wanted to keep her girlfriend in the closet. It's going to be a great time. You should come.
Yeah, and then Sai says this whole thing about how she's like really happy that Jenna really has opened up to her because, now like Jenna knows that she can lean on Sai and that they're like much closer now. I'm like, she did not open up to you. She said, oh yeah, we've broken up and I'm still not going to give you any details except to say I'm single and that guy over there is cute. And I'd like to either fuck him or make him work for me.
So Jessel's like, would you like to have a threesome with me and my husband? Could we put that on a school form? That would count for anything.
Perhaps with the threesome, you could write a recommendation at the same time. Are you familiar with Microsoft Word?
Actually, I don't want a threesome with Pavet. I just want a threesome with you and the old lady with the thick glasses from the Old Navy commercials.
What about that lady who has the pink dots on her cheek? Lynn Yeager. Yeah, I thought about doing a threesome with her. How about this? Would you be interested in doing a threesome with you, my laptop, and then eventually a letter and a stamp? I guess that's a foursome.
Listen, I would love to do a threesome with you, Beige, and Cream as well. I think all three of us could really make a good living room setup.
So now it's time for the vows. So first, a guy named Adam is like, okay, everyone, like, come closer. I'm going to start a speech, okay? So I went to the University of Wisconsin with Abe, and then Jenna sees this guy. She sees him talking. And just from that opening line of like, well, I went to the University of Wisconsin. We already know this could be a long yarn. And then she sees the pages. He has 4 pages in his hand, and it's all small font and single lined. And she's like, oh, my God. He's got 4 pages. Oh, my God, girls. I'm too famous for this.
And then another speaker comes up and they're like, yeah, I met Erin one time. Like, we were standing in line to get a burrito, and she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm like a block north of Canal Street. And I was like, I know, it's like disgusting. And then we went back down below Canal Street to actually eat the burritos, and we've been like sisters ever since.
And then like speaker number 3 is like, the first time I met Brynn and Abe, I just knew we were going to somewhere only like a few feet north of Canal Street, and she had such a sourpuss face on, and he didn't even mind, and I knew that he was gonna be for her.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I met Abe and like his babe of a wife, Erin, like we saw each other at the country club, and I was like, oh my God, that dude loves wearing polo shirts. I love wearing polo shirts. Erin's wearing a sweater. My wife is wearing a sweater. We've been inseparable ever since. Hey guys, do you guys like granite? Do you guys like marble on your countertops? Us too, still besties, still got it.
And then when the 4 of us went to that Ed Sheeran concert together and Erin got so like a little bit drunk, I was like, she is great. She's my best friend, and I just want her to be happy.
So meanwhile, nobody is paying attention to anything. The acoustics in this place, it's like doing speeches in the middle of a food court at a mall. You just hear talking, like roaring talking, by the way. It's not just a couple people talking. Literally no one is paying attention to this because
This is going on too long.
This
too
is
long.
not a wedding. This is barely even a vow renewal. It's barely even that. Like, nobody wants to hear from your friends, okay?
It's just a very self-involved event. Like, let's get everyone together and make everyone listen to other people talk about us. You know, a deeply uncharismatic couple. So it's everyone's talking, and including our cast. Our cast is like, you know what, we should probably start like trying to talk with each other as a cast because we're on a TV show. And so then Kelly, who is Erin's sister, comes over, and she's like, I don't want to wait for lives to be over. And I'm like, that is Paula Cole, right? That was Paula Cole. That was not her sister, right? That was Paula Cole, right? Deep cut. But she
She's
comes
like,
over.
where have all the cowboys gone? Who sang that song? Was that Paula Cole?
Pause, Paula. Those were her 2 songs.
Thank you.
That was
I
it.
got one.
That's,
I got one
That's as far as the
today.
joke goes, by the way. Like, she has 2 songs, 2 references to it. The Paula Cole thing is over. But
They're not even that. They're not even that loud. Like, Brynn goes, oh my God, another speech. Great. They're amazing. They're in love. They're hot. They're rich. Yay.
yeah, exactly. So she goes, hi, I'm Erin's sister. So nice to meet you guys. Yeah, I'm coming in like I am so excited to have a conversation with you. But actually, I just want to tell you guys, it's a little rude that you're all talking right now. Like, we're at her engagement. Can you like pay attention to these really exciting stories from 10 years ago? Thank you so much.
It's even worse than that because she comes over and she goes, yeah, I just want to tell you it's kind of rude because we're at her engagement and you guys are over here arguing and stuff. And they're like, no, we're not. We're not arguing.
That's not
and she
an
goes, well,
engagement.
whatever. You're chit-chatting. Okay, Kelly, back the fuck off and go. Your sister barely has enough charisma to be here. Okay, go meet somebody famous who will get you this show. Go meet your own Frederick Eklund, okay? Because I don't think he had guests on his invitation to be here. Shut the fuck up, lady. No one invited you onto Bravo. You're too boring. I don't even remember what you looked like. You might as well be a thumb with a wig for all I care. Get off my television, ma'am.
Paula
How
Cole.
dare you?
She looks like Paula Cole. But let me tell you something. If you don't want people to be talking at your party, put something in their mouths, specifically food.
But also, I'll tell you that's a good sign for these housewives that I'm sticking up for them because I was so offended. I was like, how dare you? You leave them alone.
I know. I was mad because I was like, wow, this is to me like this has been Brynn's best scene of the series. I mean, like I know she had very emotional
has. It's
scenes
been
that
her
were very
best
lovely,
episode, for sure.
but like this was like the first time she genuinely was making me laugh, and I was like, okay, I feel like I'm finding a way into Brynn. And then Kelly comes around and just like shutting them up. And I'm like, this is, first of all, she comes around saying this is their engagement. It's literally not their engagement. This is 10 years in, and it's like such a self-satisfied event. And you're going to come in and tell the people that are giving your sister a paycheck to shut up. Like, they're doing their job right now, Kelly. So you go to the front and
she's trying
like,
to become
take a seat.
friend of. Yeah, it's like, sorry, Kelly, fail. So then Bryn's like, okay, are you gonna go around and tell everyone else this too? Because literally everyone in here is talking. And you can see everybody around them is talking, right?
Yeah.
And Kelly goes, I mean, look, that's fair, but guys, it's my sister. And Bryn's like, okay, I get it then. Fine, I get it.
Jenna, meanwhile, is me, okay? Because Jenna's like conflict avoidant. She goes, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. We're wrong, we're wrong, we're wrong. You're right, you're right, we're wrong, we're wrong. You're right, you're right. I'm like, Jenna, stop doing that. You're on a TV show. Fight.
And then Dorothy, Aaron's mom, comes up and she goes, oh, hi, guys. My name is Dorothy. I'm Aaron's mom. And Brynn goes, we just got in trouble, so we can't talk. Shh.
And then Kelly turns around to her mom and is like, Mom, you need to pay attention. They're speaking, okay? You might not remember all these stories that we've been told 50 times over the past 10 years.
And Jenna's like, you're right, Kelly, you're right. And now, time for Aaron and Abe's vows read off their iPhones. Just how their marriage has probably been spent.
Abe, I truly can't believe we've been married for 10 years. When I met you 12 years ago at a bar on the Lower East Side called The Draft, thank you, The Draft, for your kind sponsorship of this event, by the way, I never thought I would be meeting a man I would call home.
Shh. A lot of people are back there talking right now. Shh. She's like shushing people at her wedding. I was so embarrassed for her.
And so Aaron's like, you are my best friend. Even if we weren't married, aka not attracted to each other and not have babies with each other, I think we would still want to be best friends. I really believe in this point. I'm saying it for the third time right now in front of everyone, so now you can't back out of it. You have to agree, because we're in public.
Like, even if we weren't together and it was like the 90s and we had Friendster, we would still be poking each other. Am I right? When was Friendster? It was to the 2000s.
I think it was like 2002 or 3. Yeah.
So Abe is like, well, I love the dead, especially for wedding vows. So I guess he starts doing Grateful Dead.
Well, because he goes, hey, Aaron, what a long, strange trip it's been. I'm like, wow, how original. What an original way to start off a toast. And I guess that's, I mean, I've heard that line before. I didn't know that was a Grateful Dead reference, but either way, it was...
Hey, how about we're grateful alive? Because here we are. So he's like, we're like
Grateful
connected.
Fed. How about we are the Grateful Fed? That would
Yeah,
be much more
try that.
helpful.
So he's like, we're connected through the universe and through space. And I told my parents the day after I met you, I think I met my wife. Stalker. That's fucking stalker behavior right there. And he's like, yeah, and I'll always be your rock. And then when our seas get stormy, I'll still satisfy you emotionally and sexually. And she's like, yeah, because remember the first night I met you? I found thongs behind your bed. And I was like, is he banging on these people? Which I didn't mind because I was banging people too. But now I'm like, wow, we could still even be friends. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Babe, you are the Patagonia vest. It's my LL Bean sweater. We're just meant to be together. Okay, let's make love. So then they kiss, and then everyone starts dancing, and Aaron goes, guys, nobody better leave, because I'm going to change. I know everyone can't wait to see my second look of the night. So she goes off, and Sai's like, fuck this, I'm hungry. There's Nobu's around the corner. I'm going to go to Nobu.
And she goes, yeah, there's no food here. I'm hungry. And there's I'm pescatarian. I don't even eat pigs in a blanket. So let's go to Nobu. And she's trying to get everybody to go. And no one follows her out, which I was glad no one followed her out because Aaron really is going to, that Aaron's offended at every little thing. And she's already got a list, like you were flirting with my dad. You were flirting with my brother. My sister had to tell you guys to stop talking. Jessel kept calling people Tom Cruise and writing down their phone numbers. She's got like little things to go at everybody with. So,
and it's funny because I fully supported Sai leaving. She's like, I came, I sported, I sat through all the speeches. I mean, you wouldn't notice me if I was gone. Okay, I'm going to Nobu, honey. I'm hungry. So I support her leaving. But that being said, flashback to the first episode. Now that we know Sai a little bit more, I do fully believe that Sai would go to someone's party and look at Cheese and go, Cheese, that's weird. Like, I fully believe that story now.
Yeah. Well, supposedly, Erin did a podcast. She's been on like the podcast circuit. And on one of them, she said that whole fight was really because she didn't have, it was late and she didn't have food at her party. And so Sai was saying, you cheese? Like, that's it? Like, that's all you have? And so that's where the fight came from, because Sai was hungry, which shows you that Jessel, the first fight with the first fight with Aaron was because she refused to feed people. And again, you are not Nutrisystem. Stop forcing your lifestyle on me, okay? So then Aaron, no offense, Nutrisystem, you're great, I'm sure. So then Aaron comes out to do photos with the girls, and Sai's gone. And Aaron's like, Sai left? Wow, guys. Wow, guys.
And Jessica goes, yes, she was hungry, just as hungry as I am, to get a recommendation to rub shoulders with Tom Cruise. Anyone want to sign here? You can all say that you're John Travolta, maybe. So
no, Aaron, I don't think that would get us into Montessori school. Is John Travolta the one that tried to grab people's inept? They're cocks, honey. They're cocks. That's right.
But who else does Tom Cruise hang out with? So Erin says, she's like, I am so pissed. At the very least, Sai could have said goodbye to me, which is exactly what she said Jenna should have done when she dipped out of my house. But aside from that, this party is everything I could have expected. Everyone's so excited and so happy for us. It's a really special and beautiful night. I'm like, I don't think anyone is excited and happy for you guys. I think everyone was like, oh, open bar and like hope be on TV and hopefully there'll be some food there.
Listen, you guys, good luck to you kids in your future, okay? Normally I would say a couple that forgets to say vows at their wedding isn't going to have great luck, but you seem to have great luck. Everybody seems very happy. Good for you. Feed your guests.
And also, by the way, this is a real fuck you to the guests. You know why? Because the guests that went to the first wedding were like, yes, no vows. We can get right to the party. And they're like, you know what? That was a great wedding. It was just a ceremony and then party. And now they're like, oh, wait. Guess what? We're going to make you actually now. Like, we have like vow interest now. 10 years. Not only are we going to do the vows, but we've added on 10 speeches because we've accrued vow interest over these past 10 years. So that's a real fuck you to the guests who thought they got away with one.
All right. Well, this was a pretty good episode of New York. I think this show is all starting to kind of click together. At least it is for me. I mean, I was cracking up the whole time. I thought it was really funny. So good job, show. Love ya. And everybody, we will be back later today, Monday, which it is for you suckers. Ben might be drowned right now, but for the rest of you, we will be back a little later with Real Housewives of Atlanta. We've got Orange County back this week, a couple Below Decks coming. Go check out the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City bonus. Also, our Dwell Hello was really, really funny this week, so go check out Wondery Plus for that. And Monday night, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, no, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard.
8:30 on East Coast, 5:30 on the West Coast,
and
then 6:30 and 7:30 Central and Mountain.
Yes. Instagram Live, crappy hour. We will talk to you then. Goodbye.
Bye.